I'm Beth Joey and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. This is a channel where I paint my face, turn my camera on and talk about some books. It's officially the middle of the year, which means it's officially time for me to run through every single book that I've read so far this year and rank them using Tier Maker to figure out how good my year has been so far. Because I've read about 115, 116 books, this may take a little while, so grab a snack, grab a drink, sit down, get comfy, grab a blanket. It's summer, so do not grab something hot. But hey, if you're in winter, wherever you are, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, grab a hot water bottle and enjoy as I rank every single book that I've read so far this year on a scale of 1 to 5. So I've got Tier Ranker open on my laptop right here, so my eye is going to be down, but all you're going to be seeing on the screen is Tier Maker. So we've got 5 categories. My first category is Hopelessly Devoted, probably inspired by Grease, I don't know. It basically means I'm obsessed with this book. It is incredible, 5 stars. Well Damn is our second category, which means I really enjoyed it, but it's not quite that like God material, Hopelessly Devoted. Then we've got our third category, which is like meh, like I don't hate it, didn't love it, just kind of sat in the middle. Then we've got our fourth category, which is I really don't care. It kind of was not a bad book, but I just didn't really give a shit about it. And then we've got our fifth category, which is Personally Offended, which is saved for books that I hated to the point that I was genuinely offended by their existence, offended by the content in the book, just did not enjoy reading it whatsoever. And hopefully there won't be many books that fit into this category. Let's start with the first book, and these books are not by any means in order of when I read them. They're just saved in the order of, you know, whatever order they appeared on my Mac when I transferred them across. Let's start with the first book, which is going to be Serpent and Dove. This book I really enjoyed, but it's definitely not God tier. So we're gonna go with, well, oh, why is that down there? We're gonna go with Well Damn. Then we've got Burial Rites by Hannah Kent, 100%. That was God tier. I am obsessed with that book. I think it's incredible. It's beautiful. Then we've got City of Bones. I kind of don't really care too much about it. We'll go with meh. And by the way, I'm going to run through these very quickly because I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long. Then we've got The Cruel Prince, which I'm going to put in Well Damn because the first time I read it, didn't love it, but the second time around, I just let myself experience it and it was a lot better. So that will go with Well Damn. Then we've got Saga, which volume? Oh, that's volume 9. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Hopelessly Devoted partially because I'm just irrevocably ruined by that book. Then we've got The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter. Tossing it between meh and Well Damn. Let's go with Well Damn because there were elements of the writing style that I thought were really interesting. Then we've got The Roommate. I really don't care. I didn't hate that book. I didn't think it was horrible. I just didn't think enough of it to really remember anything that it is about. Kiss My Cupcake. Yeah, I really don't care about that one either. Pretty much for the same reasons. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't great. Then we've got The Goal. I'm gonna say meh because whilst I love the series, this was probably my least favorite in the series, and the series isn't God tier, so this shouldn't sit on par with the rest of the series, but it also wasn't hated. Then we've got Twisted Lies, which is I think the 4th book in the Twisted series by Anna Huang. I'm gonna go with I really don't care because this one wasn't as good as the rest of them. Then we'll go with Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. I'm gonna go with meh because it was kind of predictable in that, you know, classic old fantasy kind of way. Then we've got Saga volume 5. That's gonna go Well Damn because I loved that one. That's when I really started to get into the series. We're gonna go with The Maid. I'm gonna go with I really don't care because I appreciated what The Maid was trying to do, but there was just a lot towards the end of the book that wasn't relevant and shouldn't have really been included that made the book feel really long. Good Girl Complex, I mean, ew. I'm gonna go Personally Offended because I just thought there was a lot about this book that had so many issues. I was personally offended as well because I love Elle Kennedy's previous series that I read, which was the Off Campus series, and then I jumped into Good Girl Complex, the first 2 in the Avalon Bay series, and I just hated it. It was so bad. Then we're gonna go on to The Christie Affair. Personally offended because that just shat on Agatha Christie's memory, and that's all I'm gonna say about it because I don't want to rant to you. Then we've got The Score, which was Well Damn. Every other book in this series was Well Damn. Falling Half the Royal Card, don't care. Wasn't enjoyable, wasn't interesting. was very inaccurate about the portrayal of being a royal guard and the rules of that. It kind of just shut all over those rules. So yeah, really don't care about that one. Saga Volume 8. Well damn, She Hurt Me. All the Stars and Teeth. Let's go with meh. I don't really remember enough about it to say that it was really, really good. I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember specifically anything about it, and I feel like to say it was well damn, you have to remember a lot of the specific elements of it. Then we're gonna go with Her Soul to Take. I mean, I'm gonna go personally offended because there was just a lot wrong with that book. It was like 99% smart, 0% plot. And that other 1% was just like shite writing. Then we've got Saga, whatever volume this is, I can't see, but I'm gonna assume that I liked it, so we're gonna go well damn. Saga Volume 2, I'm gonna go meh because that was before I really got into the series. Saga, I think this is Volume 3 as meh as well, because again, it was before I got into the series. This Woven Kingdom, well damn, I really enjoyed that book, thought it was fascinating. Really good actually. God Tier, Hopelessly Devoted. I think that is such a comical but also really hard-hitting book. Then we've got this next Saga book, which I'm gonna put in well damn because I know it's after Volume 1, 2, or 3, so I must have enjoyed it because I enjoyed everything after Volume 1, 2, and 3. Violet Made of Thorns. I can't speak today. I really don't care. I don't think it was bad per se. It was just very predictable. Glow, I really don't care about that one either. I don't remember enough about specifically what happened in that book. I just remember not really enjoying it. We've got another Saga book, which is just gonna go in oh well damn because I loved it. We've got Not a Happy Family. Really don't particularly care about that. A Curse of Dark and Lonely was just kind of meh. Like it wasn't bad, but it was just very predictable. I think part of why it's not in I Really Don't Care is because listening to the audiobook and at the end when the main character becomes this like monster and the audiobook narrator's sort of narrating of that was really weird and really entertaining. Then we've got Malibu Rising. I'm gonna put it in meh because whilst I did enjoy it, it wasn't quite the same as other Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. So it just wasn't the god tier of the others. Then we've got In the Market for Murder, which I'm gonna put in well damn because I love that series, but it's not god tier. Then we've got All the Tides of Fate. Meh. Loved it, I think, a little bit more than All the Stars and Teeth, but it just wasn't anything special. But then we've got The Wisteria Society of Lady Scandals, which I thought was pretty freaking amazing and hilarious. So that is gonna go in well damn. Then we've got Guild. I think that one hurt me, so we're gonna put that in well damn. Off to the Races, just kind of meh. It wasn't as good as anything else Elsie Silver has written, but I wasn't like mad at it per se. Then we've got Only a Monster by Vanessa Len, which again is just gonna go in meh. Then, ooh, what are these? Ooh. Okay, that'll move. Okay, I don't want that. Anyway, sorry, I'm just playing around with this tier thing. Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. Hopelessly devoted to that book. That was insanely good. Then we've got Something Wilder. Yeah, just kind of meh about it. Then we've got Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. We're gonna go with well damn because that was good, but it wasn't like everything to me. Poster Girl, really don't care about that one. God Killer was well damn. That one was really good. Happy Place. I'm gonna go with Personally Offended purely because I think it's really, really shitty that that whole book felt like a complete recreation of People We Meet on Vacation. And I think it was just overhyped. So I'm gonna put it in Personally Offended. Fourth Wing, hopelessly devoted to that one. That was insanely good. Kismet Connection, just kind of felt meh about it. Same for A Song of Salvation. I didn't dislike either of them. I just didn't really feel connected to them. Portrait of a Thief, I'm gonna go with I Really Don't Care because whilst I really loved what it was trying to do, I just didn't think there was any diversity of thought in the book. All the chapters, the structure of them was very repetitive, so it just made the whole reading experience really just repetitive and one note, unfortunately. So Portrait of a Thief is gonna go in I Really Don't Care. The Wicked King, that is gonna go in well damn because the ending of that threw me for an absolute loop. War of Two Queens, gonna go with I Really Don't Care because the previous books in this series, I would probably put in Personally Offended, but this one got better because there was actually separation between the two main characters, which was just much needed. Bad Girl Reputation, however, nah, Personally Offended. I know the previous one I put in I Really Don't Care. No, I did put it in Personally Offended as well. Both of these books, this book in particular just got toxic, just got really, really toxic. Icebreaker, I'm gonna put in I really don't care because it wasn't good. Then, oh, I've got to scroll down a bit so you can't see, wait, no, oh, I'm gonna scroll out so you can still see everything. Anyway, X Next Door, personally offended. That was a shit book. That was such a bad book. Ooh, sorry, I'm messing with my computer. Then we've got The Passenger, hopelessly devoted to that. That was god tier. Please read that if you haven't read it before. It is insanely, insanely good and deserves all the hype. Then we've got The Man Who Died Twice. Hopelessly devoted to that. Hating Game, personally offended by that. That's like, the whole purpose of the book is like reinforcing the idea that if he pulls your hair, he loves you. And that's just not a message that I want to be sending to anybody, because I think that's a horrible message to be sending. So, no, personally offended by that one. Heartstopper, hopelessly devoted, obviously. Final Girl Support Group, really don't care. Daisy Jones and the Six, hopelessly devoted to that one too. It's pretty fucking stand out. Sadie, same. Hopelessly devoted to that one. I thought that was absolutely beautiful in the way it like straddled those two perspectives. You couldn't have had that story just from her perspective because you needed that background from everybody else in her life to be like, this is why she's doing what she's doing. And it was just amazing. Dial A for Aunties, really don't care about that one. I don't think it was bad. I just think the banter between the aunties, or the whining between the aunties, was comedic at first but got really boring after a while. It Starts With Us, well damn, it's not quite the god tier of It Ends With Us, but it was still really good. Fence Volume 2, really didn't care. I thought it just made the main character seem like a bit of a dick. And that's that. Love Theoretically, I'm gonna put in meh, purely because the ending kind of ruined the whole book. It was just a very unsatisfactory ending. Touch of Darkness, I have to put that in well damn because I had way too much fun with that. But yeah, I'm not going to go into any more about that because I'm going to do a reread of that series soon and you will see all of that, so we'll wait for that. Gallant, I'm going to put in I really don't care, because there was a lot about that book where I was like, this is just not believable. This is very young, and also how is it that someone who's been at this house for 5 minutes can solve the problem that literally hundreds of years of priors have never been able to solve? The Pale Dreamer, well damn. She was a good book. The Deal, same thing, well damn, very good book. Jeremy Clarkson, I mean, part of me puts Jeremy Clarkson in Hopelessly Devoted because it's like nostalgia when I read that book, because I grew up watching Top Gear with my brother and my dad, and it was just like a thing that our family would do together. So part of reading that book was like just re-experiencing that nostalgia, and then also the fact that I was watching the Amazon Prime show with Ben as well, so it's like all the men in my life have been involved in this Jeremy Clarkson world, and I love it. The Legacy, well damn, loved that book. Daughter of the Moon Goddess, personally offended by how bad I thought that book was, because it wasn't well done. It was trying too hard to be really, really good, and it just didn't make it. Then we've got, ooh, an Agatha Christie, but I can't tell. I think that's The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which was well damn. I thought that was amazing. Skeleton Key, really didn't care about that one. Lore Olympus Volume 1, however, hopelessly devoted, obsessed with that series. The Mistake, well damn. This is not fitting on the screen anymore, so we're gonna scroll down and you're just gonna have to remember everything. Lost Apothecary was 100% hopelessly devoted to that. In Memoriam, same thing, hopelessly devoted to that. Twin Crowns, well damn, I think it was really, really good. It Ends With Us, hopelessly devoted. Wrong Place, Wrong Time, again, hopelessly devoted. The way that was like written in a chronology that was so unconventional and completely out of time, and kind of dealt with this Groundhog Day situation without falling into the stereotype of Groundhog Day and making it like really repetitive, was just insane. Loved that book. Gleam and Glint, I'm just gonna put in meh, because I loved the first book in the series, but the rest of it kind of just devolved from there. Then Bone Season is gonna go in well damn, because it was really good. Waking the Witch, really didn't care about that one. Fatal Crossing, personally offended, because it was like, the ending of that was the equivalent of And Then I Woke Up, because the ending made the entire story pointless, and I hate it when that happens. So that's going in personally offended. Love Struck, I've got this in here because I thought I would have finished it by now, but I actually DNF'd it. So is there a way to like delete it and just, oh no, okay. You know what? I'm just gonna put it back in this little queue because I haven't actually read that. True crime story, meh. I'm gonna put it in meh purely because whilst I really loved the way it sort of made the author a part of the story, and I loved the mixed media, and I loved how it gave you this all-encompassing view of the case, and it lit it in these interviews so it looked like conversations were happening between all the different characters, I thought the ending was like, what the hell? Like, I've been here throughout this whole book trying to solve the situation, and you've picked the one character that had like no questions raised about them throughout the story. They were just a completely fine character, and that's the one that you've picked. So that was really annoying to me. Then we've got Reputation by Lex Croucher. Gonna go with meh. It was good, but like, there was a lot in there that didn't need to be there. There was a romance that wasn't really well developed. There was like a lot of trauma baiting, it felt like. So yeah, that's going to meh. Anything Could Happen is gonna go on well damn, because that's a beautiful story about like reconnecting with family and discovering family where you didn't know it was there. Then we've got I think that's City of Ashes, which we'll put in meh. You know, it was okay, but nothing stand out. City of Glass, same thing, that's gonna go in meh. Fence, that's volume 3 and volume 1. Didn't really care about those, they just made the main character seem like a bit of a dick. Heartless by Elsie Silver, that is gonna go in God tier, Hopelessly Devoted. I love that series and I want to read the rest of it because I read the second book and I haven't read the first or the third yet, and it's just, I mean, the way that it didn't have a third act conflict but did in a really like emotionally mature way, I think was really standout, and I loved that. Then we've got One Dark Window. I don't remember a ton about it, but I remember thinking it was incredible and being really, really excited for the sequel, and then finding out the sequel isn't out yet and being really annoyed. So that's gonna go in well damn. Her Majesty's Royal Coven, I mean damn, that is God tier, Hopelessly Devoted. I'm actually reading The Shadow Cabinet at the moment. I'm only like 20 pages in there, but I'm already sucked in. Then we've got Saga Volume 1. That one was kind of meh. Wasn't a fan of that. The Testaments, well damn, it's not quite God tier, but it was incredible. But yeah, and then we've just got Lovestruck, which I DNF'd, so I guess by DNFing it, that literally just makes it I really don't care, because clearly didn't care enough to finish it. But yeah, that is my tier ranking of every single book that I have read so far this year. I would love to know what your tier ranking looks like and how good of a year you've had. It's really, really nice to see that like the majority of my books fit into this Hopelessly Devoted and well damn category, and meh as well. Like, there isn't actually a ton of books that fit into these really don't care and personally offended categories. So that just tells me that I've had a pretty good reading year so far this year, which, you know what, love to hear it, because at the moment I'm in a bit of a slump and I've been struggling through it, so it's nice to be reinforced with this idea that it's actually not been that bad. But anyway, come and let me know down below in the comments how your reading year has gone so far this year, or just let me know what you're reading at the moment, loving it, hating it, all that kind of thing. Come and chat to me in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys and I do my best to reply to every single comment. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do let me know by liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell all down below. It's a super, super easy way to help my channel grow, and I will see you lovely people in my next video. Bye!